Hey, what's up guys? John here on this channel. We talk about all things business, real estate, passive income, and money. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell and be updated on all my new content. I'm putting out content nearly every single day about what's happening in this new normal, even though I can't stand that term. But apparently that's, I guess, what it is now, according to the Fed, Jerome Powell, who said that the economy we once knew will be no longer as we step into a new economy based around technology and automation. And it's going to greatly impact women and minorities, apparently. So this is going to be a really big concern, a really big problem, if you think about the overall shape and function of how the economy went from a service industry, face-to-face human interaction at restaurants, dry cleaners, all of these business models where people made their money on human connection. That is going to suffer in a huge way. And I think with these new lockdowns that they're rolling out on us, it's going to be the nail in the coffin. And they're already doing it. Chicago, they just announced it today that on Monday, they're going to start another 30-day lockdown. Another 30 days, allegedly. We all know how that goes. New York, New Jersey, and Boston, all with curfews. Like we're kids, but there's curfews. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. You're not allowed outside. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. In California, Governor Newsom just got sued and lost. Finally, there's some justice in this world. He got sued and lost because he was overstepping the Constitution. I mean, this is absolutely insane. But the direction that we're going right now, I don't think a lot of people comprehend it. We're going to be stepping into a new economy at a level that people can't understand. I had a friend message me today, what do you think about investing in storage units? I'm like, you don't understand. In this new economy, it's going to be based on what people have to have. That storage unit it's a luxury. They'll throw the stuff away before they compromise food for it. And that's where we're literally going. We're going to be stepping into that type of economy. And we're going to make a lot of money in this economy if you're smart and you're kind of you can see through what you want to see and you see things truly how they are. You know, I did an Instagram video in May 2019 talking about what is to come. And, you know, I didn't predict, the pandemic and all that. But what I did say was Warren Buffett's sitting on $122 billion in cash. And Ray Dalio said we're going to have the biggest recession in 2020. And, Bill Gates wrote the foreword to Principles, which is Ray Dalio's book. And Ray Dalio is a part of the Giving Pledge. So is Buffett. And I didn't put the two and two together. But what I did put together was that they're two very, very smart people, some of the best investors. They're stacking cash. I'm going to follow a route. And that's what I did. I stacked cash for the entire time. And needless to say, 6 months later, we're in lockdown. And I think what's going to happen is I think that this recession is going to blow out nearly every business. Literally, nearly every business. Joe Biden wants to increase taxes, and their Deutsche Bank is talking about a 5% tax for people that work from home as like a leisure tax, an additional 5% on top of Biden's increased tax rate. And then you factor in Joe Biden wants to increase minimum wage to $15. So not only are all the businesses going to be struggling beyond belief, if they can even survive, but the cost of doing business and the cost of labor is going to greatly increase. It feels to me like they're building out an economy that's going to literally suffocate and destroy the middle class. That's what it feels like to me. And I also did a video in March 2020, right before the shutdowns and all that stuff, saying that big tech, Facebook, Amazon, these companies are going to come out and they're going to destroy the middle class and they're going to absorb all the competition. And I'm going to leave the links for both of these videos pinned in the description below. But this is the direction that we're going. What I think is going to happen, and this is a conversation I had with one of my best friends about 3 weeks ago. I told him, my goal, if I had all the power in the world and I was just an evil, bad person, and my goal was to control the earth, the only way that you can actually do something of that nature would be, first and foremost, you're only one person. You would need people below you, but those people below you would need to divide the people, because if you try to pursue one full body of people that unite together, you'll never be able to to divide them and manipulate them enough to do what you want them to do. So you divide the people into as many different little pockets as you can, like what we're doing right now with the left and the right and race wars and all these different types of, things were sold on the media. All these things, we're dividing the people, being afraid of our neighbor. All this stuff is just, warfare. This is it's literally like mental warfare on the people. So they're doing this, they're dividing the people, then they're taking away their means of providing for themselves. So then this way the people are dependent on the government. Then when the people are dependent on the government basically owns them. And then the government owns them, there's really nothing the people can do except whatever the government says. And that's the direction we're going. So this whole stimulus thing, in my opinion, is the biggest scam. It doesn't get any more of a scam than the stimulus because people think that there's free money and that the government's here. The government is not your friend. The government's not here to protect you. That's just the truth. They're not. What's going to happen, in my opinion, I think that they're going to eventually say, if you want more stimulus and you want a way to provide for yourself, you're going to have to roll up your sleeve, if you know what I mean. And some people are going to be okay with that. Other people are not. But just know there's nothing for free in this world, and definitely don't trust the government. And the Federal Reserve, what he's saying, that is definitely true. And these lockdowns, that is going to happen, I think, nationally in the next month, 2 months. They've been setting the stage for this since April. So I think it was maybe early March, late April, early March, something like that. They've been setting the stage for saying that there's going to be a second wave. And if that's the case, here we are. So, and then you factor that in with what Deborah Brick said, that there is no flu. So they're taken out of the flu. They're literally just setting everything up in such a way to make everything exactly what they want it to be. So they can divide and conquer the people and control everything. That's what's happening. So that's just kind of where I'm seeing things right now. And on this channel, you're going to get just the raw, honest truth. Real estate investing, in my opinion, is going to be the only survivor here, the only thing that will make it, because people always need shelter. Cavemen, they were renting out caves for, that's what they did. They had caves, they had shelter, they'd bring food back to the cave. That was how people survived. It's not going to change in 50 years, 100 years. Always people will need shelter. The key is going to be able to really understand how to buy that property at a good enough price, because you don't know where incomes are going to be in 5 and 10 years. No one knows. So if you buy that property based on today's rental income, you could be in big trouble. If rents drop 50% or 60%, which is possible, we're already seeing major rent reductions. If rents drop below a level where you bought that property, you're going to be in big trouble and you're probably going to lose the property. Just the raw truth. So right now, I think it's like catching a falling knife buying rental property. And I think we're going to learn a lot of what's going to happen in the economy and in the world in the next 6 months. So I'm very grateful to be alive, to get to experience all this, because there's so many great learning lessons here for all of us to embrace. It might not be the best experience going through it, but trust me. I was talking with one of my friends today, who's a photographer, taking a picture of a property here. And I said, 2020 has been one of the happiest years of my life. And he said, why is that? And I said, because it makes me realize how small my problems actually were before all this. It makes me realize and appreciate, how short life really is. And, now I can focus more on things that are more important to me and on the bigger picture, and not dwell on stupid little things that aren't really that important. So enjoy your life. Think really, really big. And the next 1 to 3 years are going to be absolutely paramount for success for you and your family. So make sure you make the right investment and you don't do anything that can sink the ship, meaning put all your money in one deal and that deal is predicated on being successful if every single thing checks the box and works out. Because if 2020 taught us anything, it's that not everything's going to go to plan. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.